right, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Jake Fuller, and I am the spirit of, Jake Fuller. And, and I want to introduce my co-host, the man who has taken multitasking to a new level. It's Ed Big Dog Brady.
You got it.
All right.
You got it. And the boards are being run by James, who I guess is wearing his daughter's iCarly headphones, or so that for the iPhones. I've never seen that soft blue. It looks great on you, James.
Yeah, and
it matches your eyes.
And I got to tell you, James, he is to blame for everything we are in radio today. So if you had any complaints, you better talk to James.
He had a chance to, smother that baby in back on when we were on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And only Jake's wife would call in.
Yeah, and my mother-in-law. Yeah. Oh man, well we've got some breaking news here. We're the ones that get all the tips, these anonymous tips. I wanted you.
And let's also introduce our guest. We got Dijon Kane. He's staying over for another hour with us. It just occurred to me, he has more hours than we have on our show. Wait a second here. We're the talent.
Yeah, really.
Dijon, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Yeah, and he's, he even expressed a desire. He said, maybe I should go into radio. I kind of like doing this.
Is that why the boss is called to meet with me right after the show?
No, that's why the door was locked when we got here.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Well, so Ed, you want to break us with this?
Well, yeah. It's all over the Alachua Politics blog, but I have to say, if you want to go to the source, we received an anonymous tip. It was a piece of mail we received yesterday, but it was from an insider, someone at City Hall. And
the first letter we've gotten in a while, it didn't have some kind of white powdery substance in it.
Which explains why Jessica no longer runs the boards.
Yeah.
She took one for the team, as Rick Santorum might say. But anyway, it was from City Hall, and it was an insider who copied an offer, a job offer made to Garrett Garner, who is the mayor's research assistant. And so that made its way to the tip line. That's not to imply that Jake or I are the proprietors of the AlachuaPolitics.com website, even though I think we've both been accused of being such a...
I'm not that clever, but anyway.
Yeah, and I sure as heck wouldn't have put that much effort into developing the story. That is actually a very good story on AlachuaPolitics.com. And it's and it even has the PDF file for the offer. But bottom line is, to redo the story, right after the mayor was narrowly elected by 42 votes in 2000 and what was it, 10? 11? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the bottom line is he hired his campaign manager, which is a direct violation of the charter. So they kind of finagled it and made it appear that, he kind of went through the clerk's office to do it. But everyone knew it smelled like a roach, and it did. And so anyway, now it's come full circle, and this person has been offered by the Human Resources Department at the City of Gainesville the full position at $44,000 a year with benefits, with vacation time, with all of that stuff.
So he gets to be a permanent employee of the mayor. Is that what it is? Because before it was a part-time.
Here's quote: "I am pleased to provide an offer to you for the full-time position of mayoral aide, temporary time limited, effective November." It says here your hourly pay rate will be $22 an hour, 40 hours a week. That makes it up to about 52, I think, total. Yeah. He receives paid time off. That's offered to their regular managerial and administrative employees. He is eligible for the city's insurance plan. He's eligible to get the 401k defined contribution plan.
So thanks to Craig Lowe finagling or just ignoring the city charter, he has created a permanent position.
Yeah.
For the mayor. Yeah, that's great. And that's just more money. This is the kind of stuff that they're pulling because they can get away with it, you know, and nobody's standing up and saying anything.
Well, and here's the analytical contribution Alachua Politics made, which, again, proving that I would never author that blog because I just wouldn't put the elbow grease into it. But they make the point that, because we've talked about this before, we have what's called a council manager form of government. The elected officials can only hire and fire just the charter officer, city manager, clerk. They're not supposed to hire any of the other staff. That's what your charter officers are supposed to do. And what the Alachua Politics site points out is the origin of that. And just listen to this. The council manager form of government, came as a result of the progressive movement. Following the thought lines of the movement, municipal reformers at that time wanted to get rid of the political machines and the spoils system where those elected into office hired their cronies. So the progressive movement way back at the turn of the 20th century said the way you get the political machine out, the way you get the yes boys and all of that stuff out, and that you reward on merit, would be to go through the council manager form of system. So here's our, quote, progressive mayor violating that very thing.
So to get away from cronyism, you have to employ cronyism.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's the logic.
Wow. Well,
it's a mess.
And this was on the Gainesville Sun website?
No. You won't see it on the news.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe
I guess
TV 20 will pick it up. They sometimes get into this.
Yeah. So what do you think of this, Dijon? The kind of, antics going on at City Hall?
I think it's unacceptable. And I will say this. I think that we need new leadership.
Well, absolutely.
From the top to the bottom. February 28th, Nathan Scott. We need new leadership.
It's interesting. Nathan served as a public service commission, and one of the things that they had to deal with were companies, seeking whether it's higher utility rates or whatever, but a lot of that shady stuff at the state level was what went on, and Nathan had a very good reputation as standing up against that. He had all the papers endorsing him for being a man of integrity and, sort of not playing ball by that. Wouldn't it have been refreshing to have not just Todd Chase, but Nathan Scott in there, when all of this stuff started to break?
It would have been very refreshing, and I'm going to tell you, I love the guy because, number one, the guy's real. And all those critics out there that don't think Nathan Scott is about change, Nathan Scott is not real, well, I got news for you. Nathan Scott is the real deal, and we need change in City Hall. And these kind of arrogant mistakes that is going on, very arrogant, because you know what? Our unemployment in Gainesville is unacceptable. And I don't think we got time to be employing someone for a full-time position that don't even really qualify. And we shouldn't be doing it anyway because we got people unemployed. We need more police officers. I mean, come on, this is just ridiculous.
Well, if you're listening to our show, our call-in line is 372-3995 because maybe you saw the advertisement for this position and you put in an application.
No,
oops, it wasn't advertised.
Yeah.
So, how many minority candidates were interviewed for that position? 0, none.
They didn't call me.
Nobody knew about it.
They didn't call Dijon.
So it wasn't advertised. It wasn't open to minorities. It was only. It appears to be the only person open for this position was the mayor's campaign manager.
I mean, we didn't even know about it until he was already hired to a temporary position, which has now been elevated to a permanent position. But, in the mayor's defense, he can go before the public and before the citizens and say that he's trying to alleviate unemployment because
he's hired one at a time.
Starting with his best friends.
Well, this is the thing, man. We are elected to work for the people, and they're spending our tax money on this foolishness. It is unacceptable. And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever want to get Dijon in the crunk mode, I'm in it now because this is something we cannot tolerate at City Hall. We need change really fast, starting from the top all the way to the bottom.
Well, so Dijon, you almost come across as kind of a rogue Democrat because you're not in lockstep. You're not doing what they're telling you to do.
Well,
right?
I'm not on their leash. They don't give me orders. I'm sorry. I don't march to their tune. I only march to their
one other instance also just about this letter. Okay, you have to copy. It's the letter sent to Garrett Garner showing him the offer. Okay. All city commissioners are essentially equal, and all this stuff's public record. It's copied only to the mayor and the city clerk. So I don't even know if the other commissioners were aware of this.
So I guess it wasn't leaked to the Gainesville Sun. Who knows? But, we take our marching orders from James, and he's telling us we got to take a break here. So we'll be right back.
The doctors at Eye Surgery Center understand that you've worked hard to get where you are today, and the last thing you need is decreased vision. The doctors apply state-of-the-art technique and technology to give their patients the best options for eye care and cataract treatment, including the multifocal Restore lens for both distance and near vision. So if you've been told that you have cataracts or you're just not happy with your vision, call Eye Surgery Center at 352-377-7733. That's Eye Surgery Center, 377-7733.
Thinking of alternative investments? Now's the time to think about buying gold and silver, precious metals, as a hedge against inflation. With the dollar and the euro so unstable, investors worldwide have turned to precious metals. If you're ready to get started, stop in and see Ann or Vince at Coin and Jewelry Gallery Millhopper. You can trade in your old gold for something new or toward bullion investments. Coin and Jewelry Gallery on Northwest 43rd Street next to Beef O'Brady's in the Millhopper Shopping Center. Or call 378-3983 to get started today.
May I have your attention, please? Welcome aboard American Eagle with non-stop service from Gainesville to Miami.
Fly local with Gainesville Regional Airport. Easy check-in, easy departures. And now American Eagle Jet Service gives you a fast, smooth ride to Miami with connections to more than 250 destinations around the world. Visit AA.com for schedules and fares. Plus, visit flygainesville.com and register for low fare alerts.
Fly Gainesville Regional Airport and American Eagle. It's close, convenient, and competitively priced.
The Jesus Christ Show.
If you remember in the Garden of Gethsemane, I'm praying. And what did I pray? If this cup can pass from me, but if not my will, but thy will be done, Lord. What's being said there is, Father, if people can get to heaven any other way without the death on the cross, tell me now. But if not, thy will be done. So that is stating emphatically there's no other way.
The Jesus Christ Show, Sunday mornings at 9 on the Star 99.5.
Call Jake and Ed now, 372-3995. That's 372-3995.
The Precious Metals Report is presented by Coin and Jewelry Gallery at 2007 Northwest 43rd Street in the Millhopper Shopping Center. Current market conditions for gold is $1,778 per ounce. Silver is selling for $35.57 per ounce. And platinum commands $1,722 per ounce. That's your Precious Metals Report presented by Coin and Jewelry Gallery.
Yes.
I give up. I give up. 4 straight days.
5 days in a row. That was 5 days in a row.
I even tried to change the segment we do it on.
Unbelievable.
I am
Unbelievable. What a hack.
Hey, one other point, though, to make before we go to our caller, that it's not just, I pointed out, it's the job offer was copied to the mayor's office as the city clerk, not the other commissioners. Folks, again, we have what's called a weak mayor system. The other way is, say, the council manager form of government. The mayor has a few extra duties, if you would say, but they're largely ceremonial. He has no enhanced legislative duties or fiduciary duties. None of that above what other elected officials have. All right, so this really shouldn't happen. That also accompanied the copy of the letter that was sent to our office was the letterhead that says the office of the mayor. Now, I was on the Gainesville City Commission. We had city commission letterhead and all that stuff. This is, though, for the office of the mayor, and right underneath it, it says Garrett Garner, Policy and Community Affairs. So clear, he works just for the mayor.
Well, I guess if you're a weak mayor, you need an aide, right? Apparently, but we had this opportunity. The person Nathan Scott is running against is Lauren Poe, who I know, and I think he's a nice, decent person. But this very issue came up. It came up on our show. It also exploded at a city commission meeting about a year ago, whenever it was, when outgoing Commissioner Jack Donovan brought this up and said, Mr. Mayor, I think the process was hijacked, or I forgot the word he used, but it was circumvented, and they put Kurt Lannon, the city clerk, on this
on the spot about this. And one of the commissioners who came to the mayor's defense in this practice was, unfortunately, Lauren Poe.
And remember and because of that, when Jack Donovan left the commission, he was given the cold shoulder by the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
And another one of his classic hissy fits. Wow. And then when Lauren Poe left the commission, he was given everything but, confetti coming down.
Wow.
So let's take Tom on line one. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, I tell you what, that guest you got right there, I listened to him from the last show right there. I'm very happy to say that's a Democrat. He is a Democrat. He's got common damn sense. He ought to think about it. He's talking about running from the top. Man, go and take care of the mayor position, because you know what? He doesn't have much time left. And my question is, when he does get out of office, is that job still going to be there, or will that job be terminated? And I also got one question for him also, your guest there. The 4A, the NAACP, I believe her name was Fox, just like Ed predicted, they were going to support Poe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let Dejan answer that. Go ahead. Thanks for the call, Tom.
Tom, you're definitely right. They supported Poe, and I feel as though I'm a Democrat and I'm just as much qualified, or maybe not more, because I have not been contaminated by the system. So that we need that new blood. And look here, man, we got some changes coming. So keep your ears open. And if I go out and I run, you support me, because I'm tired of the same old. That's why I'm supporting Nathan Scott. And I don't care about the controversy. I don't care about how they feel, because you know what? You can Google this. Nathan Scott is the best candidate for February 28th, and he has my full support and my vote.
Now, if you decided to run for mayor, would you continue with that aide position?
No, I wouldn't. He'll be fired.
Well, you just do away with the position.
He's fired.
Yeah.
Because first of all, that's the way it's done is wrong. I have said this consistently. If you want to be blessed in life, you must do things decent and in order. That's out of order. We have officers that we're low on officers here in Gainesville. Our staffing levels are low, and we're going to do this. That's unacceptable. That's why we need to change the city hall, and change will begin with Nathan Scott. But I believe this erosion will stop under his new leadership, hopefully.
Let's take John on line 2. Welcome to the show, John.
Hey guys, great show. As far as the mayor commission, mayor council form of government and the management form of government that most cities and certainly here we have in the county, I find that many people who are elected to office either don't understand what their role is, or in some cases don't want to participate in that role because they try to circumvent the system. So I think Ed probably would verify that. But I wanted to say something really quick to Deshaun. I appreciate his passion, and I can empathize what he's going through. I have, just in the last few months, I had 3 quick incidences I'll share with you that I was attacked like this. One was several months ago, a former city commissioner of Gainesville came up to me and told me that my late father would be ashamed of me from switching to the Democratic Party. Of course, I went into it. I didn't let that slide. I told him what I thought about that. And then the other incident, very recently, I had one of my supporters who is an elected official in one of the other cities and is a Democrat, although it's nonpartisan. A prominent member of the DEC told them that if anybody like me or any other Republican got elected to office, that it would be a direct offense to them, and it was very offensive. And then the third thing is about a month ago, and this ties back into what Dejan's going through, is that I went for the county commission, and just in the context of some citizen comment, I mentioned that I didn't think I'd ever see the city of Gainesville curtail public comment, and I didn't think I'd ever see them put police officers on peaceful protesters, about the biomass. And the mayor actually texted me in that meeting and demanded that I was lying, that I go up and apologize, which of course I did not do because I was speaking the truth. And so I know what he's going through, and I can empathize with it. And I say, keep on, my friend.
All right, we were speaking with John Martin. Just to put John's mind at ease, if somebody came up and said my late father was ashamed of me, I'd say, your point being, Well, thanks for the call, John.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take Debbie Martinez on line 1. Welcome to the show, Debbie.
Thank you so much. This is a quick question for Ed Brady. When did GRU become the human resource hiring person? This stationery is coming from GRU.
Well, no. Look on each corner. One corner of the stationery says City of Gainesville. The other says GRU.
Yeah, but it's signed by Human Resource Director. Oh, she doesn't work for GRU?
No. Well, she works City of Gainesville, and of course GRU is a subset of that.
So, okay.
So it's one human resource officer for both GRU and the City of Gainesville.
I see. So, in other words, it's in their job description that the mayor and Commissioner Botcher campaign for Democratic candidates for a nonpartisan.
It shouldn't be, but they do. Yeah, obviously they do campaign and use their patronage.
And now we have a research assistant that's now permanent.
Yeah, and just to go through some headlines from time gone by, June 25th, 2010, campaign manager hired as Lowe's research assistant. And then you move forward here. Cities, and then December 21st, 2010, City spends $1,600 to send Lowe's research assistant to conference. You know, and former city commissioners criticize mayor's assistant hire. And then this one Jake just referenced, Jack Donovan, former commissioner, Donovan praised, snubbed at last meeting.
Yep.
This is outrageous. Thank you guys for sharing this with the listeners.
Well, thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah. Now, the race is coming down to the wire now, and you know, you've been criticized, I guess, by Evelyn Fox and all of the other Democrats who just have tried to put you in line, keep you in line, because you're not in lockstep. You're not a team player, apparently, because you're thinking independently.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? I didn't join the military. Mm-hmm. I joined America. And so in America, we're free. And this is a nonpartisan race, and I'm going to support the best candidate. And yes, you are right. And so with that being said, they have to understand this. We need change in City Hall. And my stance is that Nathan Scott is going to bring that change.
Now, when Lauren Poe was a commissioner before, you know, he was elected to District 2, but of course, you know, city commissioners, they serve the entire city. What has he ever done for East Gainesville?
Well,
maybe you can enlighten me.
I can enlighten you.
Yeah.
Lauren Poe loves, it's his baby.
Well, they gave you a golf course.
Bumper golf course.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that. You know, he loves Innovation Hub. Playing East Gainesville is a myth. He has not done anything for East Gainesville, and I challenge him because I haven't saw anything. We still got folk over some of the highest light bills. There is no restaurants or corridors over there. Those people are struggling. So that's
now you can see more of the same coming down the pike because they're talking about how, and the mayor actually said that Plan East Gainesville, that was an integral part of bus rapid transit. And then we look at the maps. There's nothing on there. They just go right by East Gainesville.
And that's what's been happening. We have just been going by East Gainesville, and it's time for the citizens of East Gainesville to get up out their seat, start calling the line, start calling the City Hall mayor's line, start emailing the mayor. I'm serious. If we start jamming those lines, we start jamming those meetings, those people will change the way they think. But the first step of changing that direction is February 28th. Nathan Scott. We cannot have the same contaminated, dangerous, wrong path with Lauren Poe.
Let's go ahead and take our break here, and we're going to ask our callers to hang on. We'll be right back on Talk of the Town.
Domino's, the pizza partner of the Florida Gators, is proud to introduce our new artisan pizzas, handmade from thinly stretched dough and perfectly topped to showcase our fresh ingredients. Choose from 3 delicious varieties: spinach and feta, Italian sausage and pepper trio, and Tuscan salami and roasted veggie, just $7.99 each. Call or order online at GatorDomino's.com. Domino's, the pizza partner of the Florida Gators.
Let's say you're a dad and you want to take your son and daughter on the perfect camping trip. So you pack up the car with all your gear.
We're all loaded up.
And you get the right direction.
Arriving at destination.
And you set up camp right next to a creek.
I caught a fish!
And it all goes perfectly.
Best trip ever, Dad!
And you're the perfect dad. But even if it doesn't go that way and your gear ends up on the highway and you get completely lost.
Where are you going?
And your campground is near a beehive. It can still be the perfect camping trip because kids don't always see things the way you see them.
Best trip ever, Dad!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
You better tackle this deal before it gets away from you.
Move your accounts to Florida Credit Union today and take advantage of our totally free checking, free Visa debit card, free first box of checks, free internet banking, free bill payer, free e-statements, free account alerts. Totally free checking from Florida Credit Union. Seriously, no strings attached. We're not the big banks. We're local and not-for-profit. Make the switch today and start saving.
You got the ball. Isn't it time to run with it?
Call Jake and Ed now. 372-3995. That's 372-3995.
All right, we're back on Talk of the Town, and we're speaking with Dijon Kane, and who is a former candidate for the at-large position on the city commission, and he's come out in favor of who was that you're supporting?
Nathan Scott.
We better. I can't kid with this guy
on that. You're leaving too much gray area.
I can't kid with this guy. He may come across the table at me here, if I don't get it right. Let's take Joey on line 2, who's been waiting patiently. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Ed and Jay. Good afternoon. How y'all doing today?
Just fine.
Listen, really appreciate, first of all, what you and what your show does for the community. Doesn't get any better. And I'd also like to basically thank Dijon for what he's doing. I had the pleasure of meeting Dijon last Saturday morning at a political venue here in Gainesville, and he is everything he said he is. And I just want to second everything he's been saying today. He is right on point about Nathan Scott. One thing I haven't heard anybody say about Nathan is they've left out that he is a Bronze Star medalist. So Nathan Scott is our man. There's no clearer.
Seeing the 1988 Olympics, Bronze Star.
No, but listen. What's got me really outraged is this position that the mayor has created. I worked for the city for 14 years in the finance department. I left there after 14 years, not even making $40,000, and I received and handled tens of millions of dollars for the city of Gainesville's finance department, including dealing with the public every day, all day. And for somebody to come in there to make that kind of money, starting out, I'd like to know what his qualifications are and what exactly he does.
Well, to be fair, he frees up the mayor so the mayor has time to throw hissy fits. That's basically it. I mean, look at it this way. I'm no fan of Pegeen Hanrahan, but when she was mayor, she was having babies. She ran the city, and she was doing her whole green thing. She never had an aide. She seemed to pull it off just fine.
I worked there during that whole time. I worked there while Commissioner Brady was there. I witnessed every day, pretty much what went on there, how the sausage is made. And, enough is enough for this city and county commission. The mayor shouldn't even be in there with those 42 votes or whatever.
Yeah.
Things are getting, really, it is, the common sense is gone in Gainesville.
Wow.
Enough's enough. And I'm a lifelong Gainesvillian, and I'm sick of it because I've dealt with it my whole life. I've got 2 children coming up, and I know a lot of other families that are dealing with the same stuff, this GRU mess, the biomass. Enough is enough, Gainesville. Nathan Scott is our man. He is a rocket scientist, and he will get the job done. He is the real deal. And all I can say, Gainesville, wake up. Let's start chipping away at this. Nathan Scott's the way to start, and we can't thank Dijon enough for what he's doing.
We appreciate your call.
Let me make this point because there are many good people who work for the city of Gainesville and, for that matter, for Alachua County Government School Board. These are good folks who work hard, and this is an insult to them. When you have the process, not only is it the overt cronyism that we see on display, But what you don't see is how that undermines morale, because you do have good, decent people who go to work every day. They take grief from people like Jake and me, and they do their job without fault. And yet right now, they're being undermined by this crass act of cronyism, and it really, it's an insult to them, and it does undermine morale.
Yeah, well, let's take former Mayor Mac McEachern on line one. Welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. Good to talk to you this morning.
So you have the distinction of being a former mayor who was walked out on at a public meeting by the mayor.
By the current mayor.
Wow.
Yeah, he designated me as the 2-minute Mac.
Yeah.
Debbie called a while ago. By the way, she had an excellent letter in the paper this morning. And that document does have GRU. It makes it look like GRU up there on the right-hand corner. But what disturbed me is that the address on there under Mr. Garrett Garner, it's blanked out. The address is blanked out. Now, I would like to know if this letter was sent to him at his home, or if this letter was sent to him at some post office box, or whether it was sent to him at the city of Gainesville, and what authority do they go blanking out, deducting an address on a document such as this? This is an atrocious thing. I think that I'll call the city attorney and ask how I can make a complaint on this, because this offer was not advertised, and I believe that's policy.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't advertised, wasn't open to minority candidates or anything like that.
Or any candidate.
Any candidates.
Yeah, nobody could apply for it. It was already a done deal when we found out about it.
I point that out because when I was on the city of Gainesville, there's no, quote, affirmative action in Florida, but the EO director at the time, was a real decent guy, a former Army guy, said that his approach was then to just make sure minority applicants were aware that there were applications. Doesn't mean you get the job, but just to make sure that they have done the best they can to get it out there that there are positions available. Well, not one was made.
They were made aware after the fact.
Yeah.
After he was hired.
Made aware on our show.
All right.
And I want to clarify this thing about the letterhead. It invites confusion because, again, the city of Gainesville is sort of the umbrella, and under it is GRU. Okay, we know that. But on the letterhead, you have both the logo for the city of Gainesville on the upper left-hand side and GRU on the upper right-hand side, and then consistent with a form letter, immediately, to the right margin at the top is the office from which the letter came, which is the Human Resources Organizational Development. So if you just take a cursory glance, it looks like it came out of GRU, but it doesn't. It comes out of the city of Gainesville.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the very bottom of it, and this is the ridiculous statement after this conduct, after this has been going on, it says, our vision, the city of Gainesville will set the standard of excellence for the top 10 mid-sized American cities, recognized nationally as an innovative provider of high-quality, cost-effective services. How can this be whenever they're doing things like this?
Yeah.
And putting it on this stationery?
In the face of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate the call, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. We've got Chris on line 2. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Hey guys, I appreciate everything that you're doing out there and your show here. Glad you're bringing attention to things to the public. Couple of things that I wanted to throw out there real quick. One, with SCOP, for a lot of people out there, as long as you don't like what's going on in the, with council meetings and whatnot, all you need to know is just having one more person out there who's a Republican on the council means that when they start talking about all their ridiculous things, somebody can make a motion, and then there can be a second, and that's a big mechanical thing on a
because
commission.
Then it forces all the commissioners to vote on it.
Mm-hmm.
It forces a vote, and it puts them on the record with all the ridiculous things that they're proposing and trying to shuffle around and do. So mechanically, it's a great thing. Even if you don't like them, in the final vote, it's a check and balance. And if we don't have somebody else like that on the commission, it becomes a problem because there is no check and balance. And I wanted to throw another one out there and really kind of see if I could stir a little discussion on this. GRU puts a lot of money into the city's budget, basically. But GRU is registered as a non-profit or not for profit. So why is it that it's run basically for profit by the city?
Yeah, good point.
And then basically this is going to get turned over to a for-profit corporation that's going to make a profit, and we're going to have to buy energy from them. How does that still qualify as being non-profit? I mean, really?
Yeah, that's something.
Tons of stuff off of GRU. That's not non-profit.
That's something that they would probably give you the runaround on, but Public Service Commission, maybe they could answer that because you're right, it's non-profit. So
All right, I'll let you go. Thanks, guys.
All right, we appreciate it. Let's take Wilbur on line 1. Go ahead, Wilbur.
Hey guys, the gentleman 2 calls ago has called in twice and has said that Nathan was a Bronze Star winner. He was at the Tea Party meeting a couple Saturdays ago, or last Saturday, and they had a former Navy SEAL who was a Bronze Star winner, and that guy's confused. Nathan never served in the military, so we don't want people saying that he's claiming that he has a medal or something that he hasn't earned or anything like that. So
yeah, because I've never heard. Yeah, we've had him on the show just yesterday. I've never heard him mention that, and not taking anything away from Nathan, but he doesn't look like a Navy SEAL. So, then again, neither do Ed and I either. So,
thanks for the clarification.
Yeah,
and I want to go back to the last caller who made a point about the benefit of having someone like Nathan on the dais, because that's absolutely the case. Todd Chase can make a motion now, and if the other commissioners are uncomfortable, they just won't second it, and then it just dies. But if you just get it seconded, now you have to have a debate about it, and you put people on the spot. And then just additionally, I would say, even in the issues that never make it into the form of a motion, when Todd Chase simply asks questions of staff, it creates a fury. So imagine having both Nathan and Todd Chase now asking questions.
You think you've seen hissy fits from the mayor?
Yeah.
You wait till this happens.
A 2-minute time limit would be restricted to 15 seconds.
He will limit the city commissioners to 2 minutes. Apparently, so
he will have his mayor's assistant draft a nasty letter.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll text.
Yeah. Let's take Mark on line 2. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, good morning to you. I too got to meet Dijon up at the Tea Party meeting, and if you don't think that this race between Poe and Scott hasn't gotten the attention of East Gainesville, since I live out here on the plantation in the county, go look at the number of Stop Greg signs, Scott signs, and before Ray Washington signs in the black neighborhoods.
Well,
It's getting to them, and they're finally starting to realize that what the city commission's doing to them, us people on the short end and on GRU out here in the county have been putting up with forever. And I think there seems to be a renaissance out here in East Gainesville, and I'll let you go.
All right, thanks. We appreciate it. We'll let you address that.
Yeah, it's going to be one. I'm going to tell you, it's just like, we had we had the event with where I filled in for Mr. Nathan Scott.
Yeah.
And then they had the Black Caucus event over at the library. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. The news, the Gainesville Sun reported that, hey, he didn't come to this event or what have you. And the truth of the matter is, Mr. Poe knew about the event. Gainesville Sun knew about the event. But guess what? They didn't attend.
Well, and the way that it was put in the paper, it made it sound like that Nathan Scott ducked out of this one event. I think it was by the Leadership Gainesville alumni, which was you had to pay $20 to get in.
Yeah.
So it made it sound like he ducked out and left you there. And then they didn't say anything about it. Then the way they put it in the paper was that that it wasn't an official Democratic sanctioned meeting, and so even though it was a Black Democrat caucus, Reiskin kind of disowned it, and Lauren Poe said he had to go to church.
Well, let me say this: that's fine. Lauren Poe may need to go to church. He needs to go to church. As a side note, but what I will say to you is this: that was an official meeting. Those were people that cared. And he was double booked. Lauren Poe was double booked, but he decided he didn't want to come. So the notion that he didn't show up, and the notion that the Democratic, that he would even say anything about this meeting, which he don't know what he's talking about, I think that he might want to mind his business. But I will tell you this. It was an official meeting. That meeting had African Americans along with other people that cared, that had valid issues. And I'm going to tell you, when you're running for office, your best bet is whatever you got to do to get to a venue, especially when the venue's open to the public. We got to get there to serve those people just as we got to serve every citizen of Gainesville. Nathan Scott is the guy to fight for you.
Well, and just we have our sources, and one of them told us that Lauren Poe was advised not to go to that event because there were going to be hard questions about utility bills, and he did not want to answer that. But we can talk about this on the other side of the break. We got to take another one here on Talk of the Town. We'll be right back.
This is Gunner from Skyfrog Tree Service. This is our second advertisement with 99.5. We're reaching out to the right people. I'm very grateful to be on the Thomas Hayes Morrison Show and a supporter of that program. When we send a representative out to someone that's called in for an estimate, the approach that Robin and John have is as an arborist first to see what we can do for your trees and for the customer. I'm extremely proud of my crew. Skyfrog has a great safety record and we have a lot of repeat business, so that says something about what we're doing. Please call John or Robin at 352-262-3470 or check us out on our webpage, skyfrogtreeservice.com. One of the most important things I tell my guys, and I tell them all the time, is to leave the yard looking like it was your mom's yard, squared away and better than when you got there. I'm a retired Marine officer and I run my business that way. Don't forget our website, skyfrogtreeservice.com.
Stay motivated.
My wife's monthly trip to the beauty salon was really adding up. I mean, between dyeing her roots and trimming the dead ends, we were going dead broke. So to save some money, I'm cutting it for her while she sleeps. Shh. No, don't wake up yet. Go to sleep. You're almost gorgeous. Oh, she is going to love this.
There's an easier way to save. Get online. Go to geico.com. Get a quote. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Wow, we have so much we have to do around the house.
Awesome. A reason to go to the tool mega sale at Sears this week.
Fix the car.
Up to 50% off all Craftsman Mechanics tool sets. Check.
And the garage is a mess.
Up to 50% off Craftsman tool storage. Booyah!
And the faucet is, honey, are you okay?
I'm just so excited.
Tackle your to-do list at the Tool Mega Sale starting this Friday only at Sears. Hundreds of Craftsman tools on sale in one place. Craftsman, trust in your hands. Exclusions apply. See store for details.
If you would like to contact Ed and Jake, you can email them at talk995@gmail.com. That's talk995@gmail.com.
And our call-in line is 372-3995. We want to take Debbie, who's been waiting for quite a while. Welcome to the show, Debbie.
Hey, did you guys hear the new song that was just recorded about our biomass plant?
I think it was on that Alachua Politics blog, and I'd listened to part of it, yeah.
You need to play a little bit of that. I think your listeners would really enjoy hearing that, or at least tell them how they can get to it so they can hear it.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's on the Alachua Politics with an X.com blog, and it's pretty funny.
Anything else we should be doing on our show? Thanks for...
See, if we play that, then we
didn't get the programming notes from Debbie earlier today.
Yeah, thanks. We appreciate it, Debbie.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
I know, now we got them.
Let's take Armando Grundy on line 2. Welcome to the show, Armando.
Hey, fellas, how are you doing?
Just fine.
Good. Well, for not all of us, I guess today is the day to go vote today since I had yet to catch my ballot.
Oops, hold on.
Pick up something.
Hang on 1 second. James is in control of things. So.
His iCarly headphones, he's not picking all that stuff up.
Debbie's holding in on us here.
Okay, well, anyway.
Do we still have Armando?
Yeah, tell Armando.
Hey, Armando, keep talking.
Tell him to give us a call back.
Give us a call back.
Give us a call back, Armando. James screwed everything up. Sorry.
Well, Dijon, you mentioned during the break that you're going to be working for Nathan this weekend. You're going to be walking neighborhoods trying to get the vote out.
Oh, definitely. Very, very strongly.
Yeah, and that's the message to everyone. It's, obviously do your civic duty and go vote, but even if you're not in the city of Gainesville, you can affect the outcome of this election. You perhaps know people who live in the city of Gainesville. They need to go out and vote, and you should maybe need to hear, might just need to hear from you how committed you are, how serious you are about the need for change in this race. And that sounds to me like what Dijon has in plan.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
All right, let's take Armando, I believe, is back with us. Sorry about that, Armando.
Yeah, I got to remind James that it's the blue pill, not the red pill.
Yeah. That's right. Well, too late for that now. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Anyway, not all of us live on the plantation, and it's interesting to see Dijon come out the way he has. Very interesting. But I got to tell you all, this election is about economic development, and one thing I could say about Dijon, when he was on the campaign trail, he consistently talked about economic development on the campaign trail when it came to the rest of his opponents, and that was refreshing to hear him talk about economic development, especially for East Gainesville. We need to talk about things like the Hotel Conference Center. We need to talk about things that really have economic development. So I will make sure that I go cast my ballot today. But not everybody lives on the plantation. We really don't.
All right. Well, that's refreshing to hear. We appreciate it.
Armando, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Mr. King?
I called you the other day and called you back, so I'll hit you back after the show.
All right. Good to hear you.
All right. Thanks. Let's take John on line 2. Welcome to the show, John.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. I just want to thank you, Ed and Jake, for your radio show. I tell you, we're getting our town back. It's a breath of fresh air to hear John Kane, Armando Grandi, and now we got Earl Young running against Craig Lowe. We're going to get our town back yet. I'm telling you, this commission, since the days of beginning Hannahan, have bankrupted us both morally and financially, and I'm tired of it. And we need new leadership in this town. And we already got the northwest area, and we get the east side to go with us. But it won't be long before we get our town back. I just want to say it's great listening to you. Good show you got going today.
All right. Well, thanks.
Good work, y'all, you guys.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. When you go, have you gone around East Gainesville neighborhoods yet?
Oh yeah.
Dad, what kind of reaction are you getting?
The reaction is people are tired of paying the high utility rates. People are tired of the utility rates being some of the highest or the highest in the state of Florida.
Do you remind them that Lauren Poe was on the city commission that was responsible for their higher rates?
Yeah, and I'm reminding them, and I'm going to tell you this. Not only am I going to remind them, but tomorrow and the next day I'm going to let them know, because that's important. And I'm going to go to the churches. Oh yeah, I'm going to the churches too. And advise them of this change that we need, a drastic change. If I may just say really quick, even when it goes to the Walmart on Archer, or the Walmart over on East Gainesville, Lauren Poe didn't vote for that Walmart. He was not in favor of it. Not only that, but you know what? That's not a normal Walmart. The Walmart doesn't have the gas station. The Walmart does not have the liquor store. And the Walmart does not have like the Jiffy Lube type of thing. So East Gainesville, when we get a product from the city, the product must be the whole entire product. There is no Walmart that I know that do not have every amenity when it comes to the super Walmart. And we got to stand up and get it done. And that's with Nathan Scott fighting for East Gainesville and for the city of Gainesville in the mood of change.
Well, the city commission apparently was influenced by the owner of a bunch of gas stations here in Gainesville, lobbying for them not to let Walmart put a gas station in there because they always have lower prices and he didn't want the competition. So the city of Gainesville, there you go, government sticking its nose into private enterprise competition again. So
and they should want the best for those ratepayers on East Gainesville, but instead they want to discourage it. Well, you know what, East Gainesville, Mr. Dijon Kane is saying, I encourage you to go to the city hall meetings. I encourage you to vote for Nathan Scott so that we can work together to bring progress and change on February 28th. And I'm going to be right there.
And let's just remember, too, that the at-large city commissioner who's stepping down because of term limits, Gina Mastro de Casa, she's supporting Lauren Poe. She's the one that called the black churches ignorant. They needed to be educated because of their moral beliefs. Well, so in other words, their moral beliefs were not adequate for the city commission.
Well, let me say this, and I got news for that. I'm telling you, I'm fired up in the studio. If that's how she feels, I got news for you. God has given us an ability to spread the word, but not only the word, but he's also given us the ability to have common sense and to teach our people the right way from the wrong way. So those that are doing wrong, understand, you will be busted after a while. Those that are doing right, you will have controversy that will come and that will follow you. Myself, I've had so much controversy since I've been supporting him. Mr. Nathan Scott has had controversy, but he will prevail. And I don't mind taking controversy for change, because that means we cannot go on the same path with the city hall.
All right. Well, let's take this. Do we have a comment on you?
No, somebody wants a number.
Oh, okay. All right. Somebody wants our phone number is what you're saying?
For Mr. Scott.
Oh, for Mr. Scott. Well, go on to the, I guess if somebody wants to, the phone number for Nathan Scott, I guess they can find it on the Supervisor of Elections website.
www.voteforscott.com. www.4voteforscott.com.
Okay. Well, I guess when is it? The election's Tuesday, right?
It's Tuesday the 28th. That's
Tuesday
right.
the 20th, and we will have more than one precinct open.
Yeah,
right?
all the precincts will be open across the state.
Well, you never know. We're dealing with Pam Carpenter, so you never know. We might even have to go to the county administration building to vote. But let's hope that all the precincts are open, and we encourage people, take time out of your busy day. Because this is costing you hundreds of dollars, on your utility bills, and look at what's coming down the pike. They're trying to push bus rapid transit, which is going to be, the price tag of that is over $108 million.
No, that's just the streetcar piece. Yeah. The total BRT is about $350 million.
Oh, okay. So it's 300. Well, I guess when they juggle those figures around, it can confuse somebody like myself. So that's over $300 million out of our pockets.
And if they need a ride to the polls, my number's 352-275-6009. We'll get you a ride. That's something the Scott campaign has been talking about. A lot of people can't get to the polls. We want you to the polls because we need your vote on February 28th. And not only that, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be holding up signs this weekend too. So you'll see my lovely face on University Avenue. I may need some security after this show, but I'm quite sure that I'll prevail.
Maybe you can hold your sign up a little higher than Von Frazier, who seems to be planted permanently on some of these street corners, pushing for...
Isn't that a telling sign? I mean, who would you rather have in your corner? Passionate guy like Dijon Kane, or the guy who collects your taxes?
The guy who collects your taxes.
The tax man.
Who is campaigning for the status quo.
Well, vote for Poe, more taxes.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If we continue to go down the same path, Lauren Poe is going to drive the city poor. And I've said this, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because statistically, people are hurting. Statistically, we need change. And again, February 28th, Nathan Scott is the man with the master plan.
All right. Well, you heard it from Dijon Kane, and gosh, we appreciate coming in and raising
He's so
Kane.
Passionate, he's rhyming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I feel it in
Jake,
there, man.
You can't beat that.
No, I mean, gosh, you could be like the Don King of local politics.
I think y'all should hire me.
Yeah. Well, we barely get enough money as it is, so don't count on
we'll
that.
pay you in paper clips and used pencils.
Wow. How you doing, UPD?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, as we sort of wrap up the weekend, the week to be, I think it's important to give a very big shout out to the PK Young women's basketball team. They are the state's champions.
Wow.
Isn't that true? That they win the whole thing?
Yeah, that sounds like it, yeah.
Men's Class 3A girls basketball state championship. And I forgot what the Newberry women's team did. They made it to the semis. I don't know if they won the whole thing or not. But they got it all the way semifinals, so Newberry.
That's good. Well,
got some good athletes in this.
Oh, absolutely.
Present company accepted.
So, Ed, are you going to be at another baseball game, or are you going to?
I might go watch the Gators play this weekend if they're in town. I don't know. I got the kids. We're going to do something.
I'll be at the women's gymnastics meet tonight.
Yeah, also ranked number 1 in the country.
So we got baseball and gymnastics ranked number 1.
Yeah, and also Santa Fe's baseball team, the Santa Fe College, is like always ranked number 1 too. Yeah. I mean, so we got some good athletic stuff to tune into in the community.
I'll be directing traffic. Hopefully that'll be safe.
All right.
And again, thanks for joining us, Dijon.
Always a pleasure.
Who the heck are you supporting anyway? I can't remember.
I'm supporting Nathan Scott, February 28th. Vote for Nathan Scott, the man with the master plan.
I think that's a first. He topped it all.
I think that's a first for our show. I've never heard singing like that. Gosh, last time I heard notes like that is when somebody stepped on Ed's toe. Wow, we appreciate you coming in, and we encourage everybody to get out and vote and get involved. I mean, we got to change things, and we hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope it'll be sunny. Who knows, man? This weather's kind of messed up.
It's going to rain after the day.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, my phone's ringing right now.
All right, listen, we appreciate you joining us. We'll be back here.
Votes for Nathan Scott.
Yeah. We'll be back on Monday here on Talk of the Town on the Star 99.5.